There is something different about the way Cheng Lei treats Zhou Ye. It's not just polite courtesy between co-workers, but there is an indescribable vibe, a subtle possessiveness that emerges from every glance, every movement, even the way he speaks. And recently, a behind-the-scenes moment sent fans into a frenzy, because it seemed like Cheng Lei was sending a very clear signal to the staff that Zhou Ye was his and his alone. Sounds dramatic? Yes, but that's what happened, and everyone on set could feel it. In a leaked behind-the-scenes clip from their latest shoot, Zhou Ye is seen talking to one of the female staff members. They appear to be joking around, laughing lightly, a typical moment on set. But shortly after, the camera captures Cheng Lei watching from afar. His gaze is sharp, calm, yet meaningful. He doesn't say anything, but his expression speaks volumes. And then, to everyone's surprise, Cheng Lei walked over. With a slight but meaningful smile, he gently patted the staff member on the shoulder and said, "Thank you, let me help Zhou Ye." His tone was polite but firm. Those simple words seemed to carry a hidden message: "I'll take care of him." From that moment on, the atmosphere on set changed. The staff who had been chatting animatedly seemed a little awkward, while Zhou Ye himself looked down with a shy smile that he couldn't hide. Fans immediately concluded Cheng Lei had just marked his territory. If you have been following their journey since their first drama project, you would know that Cheng Lei and Zhou Ye are not just an ordinary couple on screen. Their chemistry is so strong that even the camera seems to have difficulty capturing the line between acting and real feelings. Every time their eyes meet, it's as if time stops for a moment. In a promotional interview, Cheng Lei once said, "I can read Zhou Ye even before he speaks." And the fans immediately went crazy. Because that sentence wasn't just a form of professional appreciation, it was like a confession from someone who knows every detail about the person they love. Zhou Ye, on the other hand, also often shows sweet reactions whenever Cheng Lei's name is mentioned. Sometimes he smiles slightly, looks down, or plays with his hair nervously, classic signs of someone trying to hide their feelings. There is one thing that makes fans fall in love with Cheng Lei: the way he shows affection without having to say it directly. He never acts overly dramatic, but his attitude always shows that Zhou Ye is his priority. For example, during a break from filming Under the Hot Sun, all the actors sat in their chairs, but Cheng Lei chose to stand behind Zhou Ye, covering his face with a large umbrella. There were no instructions, no main camera recording, but the gesture was so natural, like something that had become a habit. The staff on set even said, if Zhou Ye looked tired, Cheng Lei would notice it first, even before the director told him to take a break. It was this protective attitude that made this subtle reprimand to the staff seem reasonable. It wasn't blind jealousy, but because Cheng Lei was used to making sure Zhou Ye was comfortable, safe, and undisturbed. It didn't take long for the moment to go viral on social media platforms. Hashtags such as #ChengLeiPossessiveMoment and #ZhouYeProtectedAgain immediately trended on Weibo and Twitter. Fans began to dissect every second of the video, from the expressions in their eyes, the position of their hands, to the way Zhou Ye smiled afterwards. Some fan comments read, "That's not just attention, that's the gaze of someone in love. Zhou Ye clearly knows he's being protected. Look at how he smiles." Cheng Lei isn't messing around. He really wants people to know Zhou Ye isn't for just anyone. And as usual, the fan bases of these two artists were immediately divided. Some thought the moment was sweet and romantic, while others called it excessive. But one thing everyone agreed on was that Cheng Lei and Zhou Ye had an undeniable connection. Their relationship has never been officially confirmed, but from the hundreds of small interactions captured on camera, it's as if the world already knows the truth. They may not flaunt anything, but every time they are in the same frame, the energy between them is so strong. In an old interview, Zhou Ye was once asked about her ideal type of man. She shyly replied, "Someone who can make me feel safe without having to talk too much." And who else could embody that if not Cheng Lei? Fans still remember how Cheng Lei always paid attention to Zhou Ye, even the smallest things like the position of her microphone, her shoelaces, or the hair covering her face. All of it was done gently but meaningfully, like a man who knows that the woman in front of him is not just a coworker, but someone very precious. Even though rumors about their closeness continue to circulate, the two always maintain their professionalism in front of the camera. But even within that professionalism, there is something real. When Cheng Lei looks at Zhou Ye in romantic scenes, his expression never looks like mere acting. There is warmth there, a feeling that is real, sincere, and alive. And perhaps that is why fans find it difficult to separate them from the characters they play. Because behind all the scripts, there is a story that feels very personal. Some sources even mention that after filming ended, Cheng Lei would still send messages to the staff to make sure Zhou Ye had arrived home safely. No need for publicity, no need for cameras, just knowing that he was okay. So, is it true that Cheng Lei gave the staff a warning? It's possible. But what makes that moment special is not the stern tone, but the reason behind it. She didn't want anyone to treat Zhou Ye carelessly, not out of ego, but out of deep affection. It was a form of ownership that wasn't restrictive, but protective. And that's what made fans unable to stop smiling. Because in the cold and competitive world of entertainment, seeing someone so sincerely look out for another is a rare sight, and Cheng Lei did it in an elegant way. Even without official confirmation, we know something is growing between them. A feeling that doesn't need a label, but is real in every interaction. And perhaps, with that firm yet gentle attitude, Cheng Lei just wants to say one simple thing. I don't want the world to misunderstand. Because in my eyes, Zhou Ye is not just a coworker. He is someone I care for, and perhaps someone I love. Whatever their actual relationship status is, one thing is certain. Cheng Lei and Zhou Ye have written their own story, not with words, but with small, meaningful actions. And for fans, every moment between them is proof that true love doesn't always need to be announced. Sometimes, it's enough to be felt. And now, after seeing all those moments, from the glances, the gestures, to the tender protection, we all know one thing. Cheng Lei doesn't need to say, I love you, because his actions speak louder than words. But the question now is, does Zhou Ye feel the same way? Or is he still hiding his feelings behind the sweet smile he always shows on camera? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Do you also feel the strong aura of love between them? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any updates and other hidden romantic stories from the world of Asian entertainment.